Hello everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm fortunate today to have the designer, the engineer, and the builder all in one at this fantastic home, 189 Old Yonge. Bahram Fatih by Homes Co. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you too.
I thought I'd take you inside and maybe show you some features that maybe I'm understanding for the first time. Would you mind?
No problem.
Let's go.
Barry, it might be also interesting for you to know that when I was designing the house, I've decided to use the porcelain floor for common areas which has more traffic and also in breakfast area and also kitchen. The reason behind that was because if the homeowners, they have small kids in the busiest area of the house, they are scratching the floor,
Right,
and they are playing around.
So how'd you
and
avoid
also sometimes you cannot fix that easily.
Right.
To avoid that, I'm using the porcelain floor, but because I heard complaints in the past that they don't like it, the buyers, they don't like it because it is cold.
Yeah.
So I decided to put radiant heated floor underneath with almost zero maintenance. And also beside, I put 2-inch concrete under the porcelain floor. That concrete has other characteristic as well. It has noise reduction plus almost zero vibration of the floor system. So even when you jump on it, you don't feel the regular feeling that otherwise you would have in other wooden houses.
So this is the stuff that comes with, you know, buying a home that's been done by a master builder.
Yes,
So I appreciate the knowledge. It's good to have that education.
No problem.
Okay, so now we're in the living room. I mean, I can see all this magnificent, you know, herringbone floors, gas fireplace. How high is the ceiling?
11 foot.
Fantastic. And it's all code. Isn't that marvelous?
Lots of crown moldings everywhere, lots of hidden.
Well, why don't we go in the kitchen and see if there's any hidden gems there?
This is the beautiful kitchen that we designed and built for.
Beautiful big kitchen.
Big kitchen, 189 Old Yonge Street.
Yes.
We have all sub-zero volt appliances. We have 2 separate units for the fridge and freezer to give them more space, plus the 1 cooler.
And I see you've got the 2 double ovens.
Yes.
And then, of course, the Wolf cooktop.
Exactly. The design of the kitchen cabinets were done by ourselves in-house, but one of the best cabinet makers in Toronto created this beauty. We used dovetail system for all drawers inside the cabinets, and all hardwares are Bloom, which is one of the most famous brand in industry. On the other side, we have fireplace, the linear fireplace, which is the longest available in the market, but this is not the only thing. You can see that.
Yeah.
The other thing that it has, it comes with a direct heat management control, meaning that the heat doesn't come in the front.
Right.
It goes from the top. What it gives the buyer, when the heat comes from the forward,
I know the answer. It falls down.
No, it destroys the TV.
Oh.
It destroys the TV, and you cannot use the combustible material over the fireplace. So it has to have a certain height, and then you can do combustible material.
Gotcha.
So meaning that the TV is going to be mounted at higher level, and it's not comfortable when you watch TV.
So in this case, is the heat coming out of here?
Yes, so it has direct heat management control.
Right.
It sends the heat from top, and from the diffuser comes out.
In
this case, you
never seen that before.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But you have to pay extra for this stuff to have it.
I love this. That's all wood, eh?
Yeah, these are custom. We did it on site. We didn't buy anything ready, to buy. This is all white oak and the soft touch MDF in the back. But those are tangible. They can see that. The only thing that fireplace.
Wow, look at the kitchen from here, eh?
Yeah, it's very nice.
That's one large kitchen. And oversized porcelain tiles. I love the contrast between the wood and the island, especially the overhead and the island.
Otherwise, if you don't have that piece, for example, everything is flat, like the subdivision houses.
Right.
You want to add something to it, right?
Some relief, right?
Yes. You see the floors, for example?
Yeah.
You don't feel any vibration? Because majority of the houses, they don't have it. When you walk on the floor, I hate it. The floor goes up and down, and you can feel it, especially in larger span at the middle.
So how did you get away from doing that? What did you do?
I have 2-inch and 1/8 concrete.
Oh, that's what you
over
said,
the software.
I love the way you hid the vents like it's almost like a silhouette, eh?
Yeah, we did that everywhere. So maybe we go downstairs inside the furnace room because that's almost the engine or brain of the house.
Okay, let's go down.
Many new houses that you see in the market, these houses are built not by truly professionals. What they usually do, they try to create a beautiful house from inside, but what is not visible behind the walls, they don't pay too much attention to it and use the cheapest material. We have heated floor area in entire house, which is about, if I don't mistake, 3,000 square feet. For this house, for the radiant floor system that we have about 3,000 square feet, we need only one boiler to warm up the system, almost with zero maintenance. But what we have done here, we installed 2 boilers. We use the cascade system. So we connect them together. In this case, if one of them breaks down, you have a backup. Yeah.
Thank you. I
problem.
wouldn't have
No
known 10% of that.
No
You know, as I come out of the furnace room, I'm noticing, I'm resting here and I'm feeling the rustic feel. This is not just a laminate. This feels almost like it's solid.
Yes.
Or you fooled me.
No, it is almost solid.
Wow.
In entire basement, we have 10-foot clear ceiling. And as you see, the way that we designed the basement, we well coordinated the engineering and also the HVAC system not to have any ugly boxes under the ceiling. So everywhere, despite the other houses that you may have seen in the past, there is no ductworks under the ceiling. When I was designing this house, I decided to put 2 staircases for this house. The reason was I wanted to have one as a feature because you are sitting in a dining area and you don't want to see lots of railing going inside the basement. So this takes you only from the main floor to the main portion of the second floor.
So Brum, you seem like you were very intentional about this separate service area and the service stair. Could you talk about that?
So we have the secondary staircase for this house that leads to the basement and to the apartment unit that we have on the other side of the house, on the second floor. The reason why I put the secondary staircase, although it's too costly to build, to have more privacy for the people that might be in-laws or the older kids that live inside the apartment. As you see, the furnace room for the second floor is located on the landing of the secondary staircase. In this case, the serviceman never goes inside the living space.
Into the main house, right?
Or main house or living space.
You can actually let him in through the mudroom door.
Yeah, they walk up, or even they take elevator. They come right to the furnace room.
So out of the main
That
house.
portion and this portion, no one has right to enter. Yeah. Now, this apartment partially is located over the garage. Usually, the living spaces over the garage are colder than the main areas of the house.
So how did you prevent that from
We put radiant in-floor heat for entire apartment and also the landings, bathrooms, everything.
So would all this wood be engineered?
This is all engineered on top of the concrete. As I was explaining in the past, that concrete has other characteristics such as noise reduction and reduces the vibration.
Full apartment, eh? Kitchen,
it has
appliances. Is there a dish? Is this a dishwasher?
It has a dishwasher,
Yeah.
yes. It has a dishwasher, fridge, and freezer.
This is great for a kid that doesn't want to leave home, or a kid that you don't want to leave home, right? I see the full ensuite.
Yes.
And
all the bathrooms, they have curbless showers, so no barriers for that.
And then a separate bedroom.
Yes.
Well, Bram, I can't thank you enough for taking the time
problem.
to share your thoughts with us.
It was my pleasure to come and meet you here.
I have a question though.
No problem. Go ahead.
You know, seldom do I see a home that just has everything in it.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, was this built with a mind for yourself, your family, or was it always
built that.
This is the way you build your homes?
I'm a perfectionist. All of the houses that I built so far, if you walk into them, they are all of them the same quality.
Very nice. Well, thank you very, very much.
No problem. Barry, I don't know if you've realized we have about 1,800 square feet of driveway.
Well, I noticed how
Pathway
large
to
it
driveway.
is, right?
And it is all insulated. A snow melting system, and we have 6 inches concrete under the interlock. The reason for that concrete is because around the house was excavated for foundation. If you don't put the interlock on top, the concrete may settle and create ugly cracks. But when you have the interlocking on top of the concrete, you can slightly lift it, put a little bit sand underneath and reface it.
Very nice.
Yes.
So thank you. I wouldn't have known otherwise even the mechanics of that.
problem.